You made him sound important.
Ooh.
Huh?
What? You said I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, I says I probably shouldn't pick on your tossed salad guys anymore. You made them sound kind of important.
There's tossed salad guys?
Yeah. You make my tossed salad. No?
No, I have no idea.
You're seven lions opening.
Oh.
I always hear tossed salad.
Oh, yeah, no.
No.
No, that's not what they say. Yeah. No, they gave permission.
Yeah, but I don't want to pick on them and have them recall permission on you. That would be nice. That bastard Zim keeps picking on our song.
The first song I heard from them was actually a WWE song.
Yeah.
WWE intro, and I love that intro so much. I was like,
you had to use it.
Well, no, I didn't use that song. I just like their style of music. So I was like, when I was like, they're never going to tell me yes, ever. And then for them to reach back out and be like, yeah, man, go ahead, let's do it. Say, oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Then I proceeded to use it maybe 3 times before now. I always I got permission and I got scared. Hello, everybody out there.
Have you been copyright struck with it?
Oh, sorry. No. I actually haven't been. But when that happens, you just go to YouTube and say, "Look, I got permission. Yeah. Come on, I can provide information if there's a problem." Usually, they're cool with it. Yeah. Well, I always look at our YouTube videos, see which ones have been copyrighted. So we had one that just got released of early 2019, Breakfast Buzz, that just got the copyright claim released on it.
What in the heck were they after on that? We don't play music on there.
You played some music in the morning. I think you made a mistake and went live or something.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Some music playing in the background. So they finally released a copyright claim on that. Like, oh, he's not making any money on this. Yeah, we don't care. So
it's not like we make money on any of them.
No, we don't make anything.
We don't make any money.
We're gonna fix that. We're gonna fix that. Let's do it. Start charging for everything. All right, let's go. Let me roll the intro and we'll get into it. We got guests tonight. We got a lot of stuff to talk about and a lot of trouble to get into. All right.
Lots of trouble.
Hold on, Dustin. It's going to be
a
lumpy night. Here we go.
Your body keeps calling, all systems recharging, still a shockwave straight to my bones, like it's supernatural. Pulse dropping, black darkness, you get my heart started, still a shockwave straight to my bones, like it's supernatural.
There we go.
You get my tossed salad.
See, I can't hear that.
Every time it plays. I swear, it's what they say.
You know what, though? I have some songs that...
But I'm an old man, so...
I can't hear... there's a couple songs that I hear other things in, and I'm like, are you kidding me? I had a friend who would listen to... This Is How You Remind Me. And...
don't play it.
No, it was a Nickelback song. I'm definitely not going to play it.
Well, definitely don't play that.
Yeah, but I actually like Nickelback. But
I was going to say somebody in Norway right now is going, oh, I wanted to hear Nickelback.
Yeah, but they say never made it as a wise man. I couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing. Tired of living like a blind man. Well, if you listen to that song, it sounds like they say, I'm tired of living like a black man. And so everybody tonight, go pull up This Is How You Remind Me by Nickelback. It's the opening chorus. It's the opening lyrics. It sounds like he says black man. So I remember driving in the car with a friend of mine, and it got to that part, and I kind of looked over, and he didn't say that whole entire line. And I'm like, why didn't you say it? And he's like, oh, just kind of racist. And I'm like, what's racist? And he said, that part, I'm tired of living like a black man. And I'm like, he didn't. He said blind man. Open the CD. They put the lyrics in there. But anyway.
Just for that reason.
Yeah. And no one listens to me. See, Michael said it does sound like that. I thought it was that for a long time. And everybody's like, blind man? There's some other lyrics too. There's an Eminem song that I swore up and down they were saying something else, but they're not. Grandpa's Comic Con says, "Hi kids, hello."
Hey, Mark, how you doing?
Trico says it's finals weekend. I'm up so late. I'm actually catching the show live. Wow. Yeah, you are up late, sir.
It's spring break for me, Trico.
Yeah, she's enjoying spring break.
Let's see if we can't put the professor to sleep.
Yeah. So Dustin, have you ever seen the show before?
I have. I've seen a couple of episodes.
Okay, so I'm going to pull up some questions, and
Sure.
You will be tasked with answering or weighing in on what they are, what your answers are. And if you if you don't want to answer one, you don't have to. We don't make anybody answer. Yeah, as long as you want to answer them, you can always tell us to go, kick rocks, and you don't want to answer it, and we understand.
Remember, kids, we are TVMA DLSV, where the V stands for variant.
Mm-hmm. Randy, tonight's questions are mean. Ooh, they're mean. They're mad.
Are they mean?
Oh, they are
Awesome.
mean.
Are you going to do intros?
I am. I'm
Vitriol.
going to. I was going to.
Let's play that opening again.
Yeah. But before we answer those questions, I do want to remind everybody that the views and opinions expressed in this program are not necessarily those of Indie Volt Media LLC and do not reflect the official policy or position of any guests or sponsors. Randy, you do that last part.
Viewer discretion is advised.
So therefore, we don't want to hear it. Hello, everybody out there. My name is Varian Grant. This is the bell ringing. It's officially begun. I'm Varian Grant, founder of Indie Volt Media LLC. Been making comics since 2008. I'm a comic book artist, writer, publisher, father, husband, geek, all that stuff. Reluctant taxpayer. Not necessarily in that order. This is Indie Volt Livewire. I am joined as always by the beautiful Indie Princess. Hello, ma'am. How are you?
I am tired. I've been gardening all day.
Gardening.
Yeah, I was planting flowers.
Cool.
Yeah, I guess it was something to do. But yeah, hi guys. I'm Lola, the Indie Princess. My list is getting long here. I am the EIC over at indievolt.com. I am the co-owner of lastcallcomics.com. I am the owner of Shocker Comics, and I'm the creator and writer of Lore, which is now funding on Indiegogo.
Were you gardening in them shoes?
No.
Oh. Shoe Cam brought to you today by IndieCron. Thank you.
Lovely sponsor.
Lovely sponsor. Yes.
And we're joined.
Oh, hey, everybody. Since Varian's microphone is cut off, I'm Randy Zimmerman. I've been a long-time alternative and independent comics creator and everything. I've done everything in the direct market that you can imagine, and for quite a few years, and been associated with a number of alternative and independent comic companies. And right now I'm looking at bringing back Arrow Comics back to the direct market with a lot of product starting up in the last part of this year. If you go over right now to Facebook, to the Arrow Comics 4.0 page, take a look at some of that art, some of the stuff that's coming. We've already started campaigns on Hybrid 7 by Luke Stone. We will be restarting Hybrids with a new edition, JD, starting up in August. And right now, also over on IndieCron, we have the Indie Volt Revolt graphic sequential art collection. A group of us that are regulars here on Indie Volt all put a story in, except for Varian, of course, and Indie Princess, who they promised if we ever get to 150 backers that they will throw a story in. But
You don't get me for free. What do you think? What do you think I am?
I promise, Randy. As soon as you get close, I'll start writing it.
well, you have to get close first. We're at 55 right now, so but go over to Indiegogo and look for the Indie Volt Revolt sequential art collection. That it's already at 130 pages. Every 25 backers we get, we add another 10 pages. Want to be at least 150 before we're done. And we only have, I think, 18 days left on that campaign. So go over there and take a look. Some phenomenal stories are already sitting in the print file, waiting for you to read them. And it's going to be a really good time. Great collection of stories, at least 17 at this point, beginning, middle, and ends. You don't have to have read any other comic in order to enjoy this book. Just sit back and enjoy the short stories and look at the wide variety of talent and people and subject matter and genres that are in that book. It's going to be fun.
Cool. And we're joined tonight by Dustin Stab, the world's foremost Taskmaster fanboy. Because looking over his shoulder, I'm like, 1, 2, yeah, there's a lot of Taskmaster right there.
Yeah, that whole wall's all Taskmaster.
Someone is upset about that movie not coming out quickly enough.
I've been waiting for a while.
Yeah,
yes.
I bet.
Yeah, I suspect they're gonna screw us, but not with the release of the movie with that character.
Yeah, I'm concerned.
Yeah,
a little concerned, but hopefully. Well, all I really want is that Taskmaster doesn't die in the movie, so that he can show up somewhere else down the line, and maybe with a more traditional costume.
yeah. See, you keep using that word, that pronoun he.
Well, there's been some concern about that as well.
Yeah,
obviously we have a female Taskmaster in the Marvel universe.
Yeah,
but I don't think that'll be the case here. I could be surprised.
We'll see. Introduce yourself, sir.
So, who am I? I'm really a comic collector and original art collector. I'm an Army officer. I happen to be a veterinarian in the Army. And I have just, I started this label, Rabid Rhino Comics, a couple years ago, which I haven't done anything with yet. I have a few scripts written, and I'm looking at hopefully putting together the art for our inaugural issue sometime this year and maybe launching it next year, but I'm not rushing anything, taking my time with it. But I'm here to talk about Tales from Kara Prime, which is going to be my writing debut.
Okay.
So I'm very excited about it, and it's quite the endeavor that was put forth by Brian Silverbacks. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to reading it. I know one of the 16 odd stories that are in it. I don't know the other 15, 16 that are going to be in it. So I'm excited to get my hands on a copy myself.
I'm so lame that I read the comics that I write, but it's like one of them I can't believe I wrote it because it's actually coherent. And I'm like, but they say it's like a time capsule when you go back and I'm like, what was I on about? What was that? What was bothering me? I had some deep-seated issues. Randy, sir, the questions are very salty.
Hang on, I'm making my video public here.
Yes, sir. And the questions tonight come from all over.
Charles Santino says, Doug, you healed the dogs of war?
Dustin, you heal the dogs of war. Yeah, he does. He does. Yeah.
I do.
Do we have cards?
Yeah, we do. Here we go. And we're going to go with a question first from Jason Reeves. Okay.
I need to use my salty voice.
I believe Jason's wrote in before, but I can't be sure.
Jason, thanks for writing in. No matter what you did, we appreciate your viewpoint. Why are people romancing manga sales? I've lived in Japan off and on for 30 years, and I can tell you firsthand that the manga sales from 96 to 97 are way down in current year. Manga stories are closed. Manga stores. Sorry. Manga stores are closed. Some have pivoted to bring in games, drinks, and of course, free internet. No different from American comic stores.
I want to address this because there is something to be said for that. We do normally get people that come in and they say, well, manga sales are up. And I hit my head every time I hear an independent comic creator jump on, well, manga sales, they're not taking in manga sales. And you're not looking at the YA novels. And it's like, well, that's not a part of the comic sales. I mean, why are you trying to go out there and get other people, other forms of entertainment and group them into comic books? But now hearing this, and he sent some statistics, a page of statistics along with his email.
Jason did?
Yeah. from Statisia, I think that's how you pronounce the site, and it just shows the decline of the popularity of manga in Japan. It is down. And it looks like 95 was the most popular year. So in the last,
So what come out in 95 that was so big?
No idea. Now, don't get me wrong. They're still selling books probably more than we are. Manga is closed. Manga stores are closed. So they're closing manga stores in Japan. Niobe Comics says, when I speak comics, I talk strictly the American floppy. That's right. He's Canadian. So
sounds like a sexual problem.
Anyway. The American floppy. But no, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. When I say comics, I'm talking about the floppy comic book. I'm not looking to bring in qualifiers from outside of, the range of, what I'm speaking about. There are people who do that. They're like, well, manga sales are going. You're not, and we're not talking. What about the Scholastic sales? Scholastic, they don't release their numbers. Grams Comic Con says 95 will be the beginning of Pokemon. Also, Dragon Ball Z was at a zenith over there. So there we go. Yeah.
Yes.
So, these things are. I don't know, Randy. What do you think about that? Hearing someone now say, "Look, I've been in Japan, the manga stores. So basically, their version of the local comic shop, they're closing." Mm-hmm. What do you think about that?
Dustin, do you have an opinion?
I don't follow the manga realm all that much. I do support a couple of indie creators that do kind of a manga style. The Cremisi comics are kind of in that manga style, but I really couldn't possibly render a logical dissertation on what's going on with manga.
Indie Princess, do you have an opinion on this? I'm just letting everybody else go first before I get my soapbox out.
No, not really, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Okay.
Here we go.
Varian is 100% right that you can make these numbers say whatever you want if you stretch them and bend them and twist them and twirl them. And I know a couple of people that love to use stats to say whatever viewpoint that they think they have at the moment that can be backed up by whatever stats in their mind think makes sense. The reality is what your retailer tells you, because he's right there on the front line as far as the direct market goes. Comic shops are closing and have been since 95, 97. The market is hurting, even though comics are booming. You could have whatever stats. And yeah, I'm sure that manga sales are down in Japan because manga sales were incredible back during the 90s. We're talking printing more manga books than they were printing toilet paper at that point. I remember that because I picked up a couple of manga instructional books during that period, and their stats are phenomenal. So of course you're going to see an ebb and flow on that particular genre. Here in the States, I'll tell you this, I go into Barnes and Noble maybe every other month or so, and I look at their racks, and they are filled with manga books. Every manga that you can imagine are there. And you go back the next time, a couple months later, and they're filled with manga books. Every manga book that you can imagine is there. So either they're restocking very intelligently, which I can't see exactly happening, though I'm sure that they have some sort of inventory control, or they're really not selling to customers. And I have the same problem, like you said earlier, about the YA novels. We've discussed that before because nobody releases hard facts and figures on this stuff. You can say that manga is up here in the States. You can say that YA novels are up here in the States. I don't hear any more buzz about any of the YA graphic novels than I've heard in the past. I hear a little bit more buzz about manga. I know there's a Demon Slayer or a Demon Hunter series out there that's supposed to be phenomenal that I want to take a look at. But the last really big manga anime series that I was looking at was Attack on Titan. And that's because it was so unique and such a fresh take and entertaining look at a situation that I had to follow, had to read it. You know, there's a lot to be said that's going on in manga right now that the American, especially the mainstream companies, can take a look at. But now is really the time. If you go back and look at the all of the campaigns that have been going on, all of the crowdfunding on the multiple platforms that are available, you'll see it's the alternatives in the independent market that's picking up. There are guys, creators, talent out there that are making livings now that weren't making a living 2, 3, 4 years ago. And there's a reason for that. And it's not because manga sales are up. We all know the mainstream is hurt and dying and struggling. You're seeing the mainstream companies jump to different distributors and try different things and wallow in their lack of quality, literally. So it wouldn't surprise me that manga sales are up. I don't see the numbers. I don't have the numbers. And I can't tell you outside of 1 or 2 titles what might remotely be hot in manga at the moment. But stats are a funny thing. You can do a lot with statistics that you can't, and statistics are not necessarily reality.
Right. Gerald Hamilton says, but right now Demon Slayer is hot. It's sold
Demon Slayer
83 million copies of its current run.
How do you know?
Started carrying posters for Demon Slayer. Can't keep them in.
Good.
Says, I used to have 600 comic shops on my promo list in 2014. It's now down to 300 stores in about 5 states. Mm-hmm. Jim O'Reilly says, look at this good looking bunch. Thank you, Jim. I'm the prettiest.
Thanks, Jim.
Hey, Jim.
And he says, sup everyone, love you all. Back have to back Krista Grant's book soon. Yeah, she'll appreciate it. Her book is getting ready to close out. And how many days you got left, Lola?
Hold on.
Are you muted?
Yep.
I can look if you want. I don't have it.
I got it. 33 days.
Still some time to get in there. Randy talking anime. The world hath ended.
I'm a big fan of Miyazaki, Studio Ghibli. Mm-hmm. Nausicaa is one of my favorite animated films. I love that movie. Spirited Away is amazing.
Eric says manga outsells American comics here 10-1.
Prove it.
And manga LOL. Evening all. Hello, Joe. And everybody says Jim, a long time no see. So yeah, we got. I mean, I think personally,
you might have your fans out there and people that everything's perspective until you get actual figures. You might have a book on the New York Times best-selling list, but that's sales to bookstores. That's not sales to consumer.
I did notice. I did an anime show with a manga show or an anime show with Eric. 2 years ago now, mm-hmm. And I was talking to one of the promoters or somebody who was on security team with the promoter, and he said, he had worked at a couple Comic-Cons too, but he told me that one of the things is for him that he had noticed there's a big difference in the fan base. The manga fans that come to spend money. Yeah. But that they're few and far between. So it actually makes up because there's a lot of them, that just ghost the whole event. Like they dress up, they come to see and be seen, but they're not paying a ticket price to get into the event. They're outside the event all weekend long, taking pictures, talking to other fans, connecting,
cosplaying their favorite anime character. Yeah.
Right. But they're not going to that convention and spending any money. Whereas comic book fans will go into the convention and not it's been a dime. And I thought it was a really funny conversation we had. And we talked about maybe good 20 minutes about what he had experienced. And because that was my first manga, anime convention at all ever. Mm-hmm. So I had, and I thought it was interesting. I thought it was an interesting topic. Moving on though to our next one. And we're going to go we'll go this quick one here.
Evening, Joe. Joe from the desk of a small press publisher.
Hello.
Evening, Joe.
Here's the next question, and I can resist some really quick.
AJT.
Yeah.
AJT.
Go ahead and read it.
I'd like to submit a comic to the Indie Volt Comic Awards. I didn't create the comic, and it's out of print at the moment. Hey, I figured out what that meant. That's anyway, never mind. Should I scan it and send a wet transfer link? A wet transfer link.
Yeah.
Wet transfer. It's a wee transfer link? Question mark.
AJ, no. Do not do that. Do not do that. The minute you scan that person's artwork or work and you send it over to us, you committed a crime. So don't do that. What you want to do is, if you want to submit someone else's title and you don't have a copy to submit for the judges, reach out to that person and see if they have a digital copy that they wouldn't mind giving you to submit, or sending us a link to that person, and we'll reach out to them and know, hey, your book has been submitted. We don't have a copy. Is there a digital copy, or is there a physical copy you can send us so that we can enter it into contention? But we do appreciate you nominating others. That's one of the things about the awards we allow people to nominate books that aren't their own. So we appreciate that, but do not scan that person's work,
please,
without their permission, please.
Going back to the last question, Mark says about half of Umacon's fan base is ghosted. I have almost nobody who ghosts at our show, and don't see very many at Comic Cons. I caught a few at my little Flint show at the farmers market who had come in and ghosted. That I actually tried to do, or actually did. They joined in on the costume contest, just walked right in.
Yeah. Well, the problem is there's a back door in your.
Yeah, it's an open air. It's a farmer's market, so anybody can just walk in. But from now on, if ever I do another show, we're handing out bracelets.
Yeah.
So we'll make sure that whoever's in the contest have actually, paid to get into the show.
And what? Oh, I can't look at those for some reason. Here we go. Last question.
Rudy.
Here we go.
14-year store owner here. Should this be a real salty voice?
Probably.
Okay. 14-year store owner here. The reason why comic shop owners like myself don't purchase or feature indie comics is because we can't rely on indie comics publishers. So here's my question, because I know you guys like to be funny and ask, where is the question? You say you want to be in the comic shops and help the comic shops. What are you doing to be more regularly scheduled so you can? Rudy. Thanks for writing in, Rudy.
I'll let you go first, Randy.
Well, I know as Arrow Comics, we're coming out probably beginning in August, and I am getting the print files together for that month now. We're going to be featured and available through this little distribution company here called Liberty that we hope folks will sign up for. And if you don't, you might actually miss out, Rudy. You might want to be a regular member here. And yes, it's another distributor, but you might as well pick us up, because Liberty is going to be offering product that you don't have available through your other catalogs. And you never know. It might just be valuable product as well. So you might want to, all it takes is just a sign up, right? To be a regular retailer with Liberty. And then is there a catalog coming? Can you explain that?
Yeah, there's a catalog coming, but there's a physical catalog coming in the mail very soon. It's like really ridiculously soon, but
ridiculously soon.
Yeah, but if you want the most up-to-date catalog, all of our store retailers, they have access to the digital catalog, which they would go to ledgdeclaration.com. The declaration is the name of the catalog. They go there, they're able to go in there and order their books. Much like Amazon, we get your books to you within 2 days. So
this is instant ordering. It's not, oh, hey, if I order this indie book, I'm never going to see it. Or, oh, hey, if I order this indie book, I might not see it for 6 months. This is, oh, hey, if I order this indie book, it's at my door in 2 days.
Yeah, it's at the retailer within 2 days. They got it. It's and everything that we have, you can order if we don't have it in stock. So there's no like you order it and we sent you half of your order. It will not. Our system will not let you order the book if it's not in stock. We only sell what's on hand, and we keep a lot of books on hand. So but they do move very quickly because stores are noticing that these indie books are moving. So yeah, I would say though to Rudy, I think the problem people having regular these indie comics are made by normally individuals or very small teams who have to
small budgets.
Yeah, and with small budgets, and they have to put these books out, put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears on. A lot of times they have other jobs that they have to do, and so they can't, dictate that much time to it as much as they really want to. Trust me, when I worked at General Motors, I wanted to be at home working on my book, but I'm in there slinging steel. So that's just how it was.
Liberty doesn't offer a book unless it's in stock.
Yeah.
They won't let you order a book unless they have it on hand and can get it to you fast enough. Rudy, I used to do Arrow Comics. I did 50, 60 products on a regular schedule every month, solicited through Diamond. And Diamond never treated me worth anywhere close, marginally close to any type of level of respect. So I got out of the business for a while, was doing commercial work, making multiple deadlines a lot, and doing my own newspaper for 10 years, keeping deadlines on that. Rudy, and plus I spent an entire 10 years retailing. So I feel what you're talking about. I know exactly what you mean, but some of that time when you're dealing with indies and Diamond, it's not really even the indie's fault. There's multiple steps there with Diamond, especially because you are ordering so freaking far in advance. There's a lot of room there for there to be failure. And I'm sure, Rudy, you've been retailing for 14 years. You've probably experienced every one of those steps. Being shorted in your boxes, not getting a book for 3 or 4 months, or getting a book just barely on time, or 2 months late, or whatever. The reason why I want to produce product for Liberty is because Liberty has it before you order it, and then you get it immediately. Okay. It's an instant transaction. It's not like if you order now, you have to put it in your budget and pray that book actually comes in order for you to put it on the shelf. This is product. And even if you get into the Liberty site, you'll see that there is and stop me if I'm getting overboard on this. There's a trade program there too. If you order a book to put on your shelf and it doesn't move, you can trade it back. Some books you can trade back in for other books. That are part of the Liberty system.
Yeah, it's actually it's a little bit easier than that. It's called the Liberty Pledge, and what we do is if any store owner, there it is, right there's the site, the comic book return pledge. If you can't get that book to sell, you can actually send it back to Liberty, and we will refund your cash. Or you can say, okay, well, send me this book instead. We don't want you to have any books that you can't sell. It's not that that's a bad book. It just might not be the right book for your store. Your client base might not like that type of book. So you tried it. We appreciate it. We don't want you getting stuck with it. So we'll take it. We'll take it back. There are a few caveats to that, but I mean nothing that's meant to hurt the retailer. Liberty it took 5 years to produce Liberty, to build it. And I talked to a lot of retailers, myself being a creator. I talked to a lot of other creators to find out what would work. And we don't have the system that the other guys got. We don't have that same system. We have a completely different system how we do things. So I mean that's the distribution model had to change. C. Michael Lanning, M3SOZ says comic book hashtag comic book retailer. C. Michael Lanning says can't rely on any publishers. You could barely count Diamond to bring all your books, especially if you're not a long time established comic shop.
Amen.
Nefarious says, once upon a time, I cared about trying to get into stores. Then I realized that crowdfunded comics aren't as successful as floppies unless they're reliably monthly, regular, and don't have shipping.
Mhm.
And the USOZ says, yeah, you see what the mainstream is doing with big budgets. Let's look at that mess the last 10 years have shown.
Yeah.
And Nefarious also says, so graphic novels anthologies are better to crowdfund, which means retailers would stick them in the trade section, but they're not trades. Crowdfunding comics is a boutique industry. Josh C. Lyman says, I think Rudy's suggesting indie self-publishers should put out monthly in solo and 3-man teams versus one every 6 months. I mean, it could be done if the money was there, but
a lot of the books that I'm producing now are going to be bi-monthly, just to give that chance to breathe on the shelf, you know, and to keep a regular schedule, which is again Rudy's concern, and it's very important that we keep a schedule, and that's what we plan on doing. Our bi-monthly books will be out bi-monthly. Our monthly books, the monthly book that we're doing is Hybrids by Luke Stone. He's already got 7 issues in the can, so he's got a long stretch. He's remastering the early books in order to fit more to his style, because everybody that works on a comic gets better. The more that you do, the better you get. It's just the way that it is. And he's looking back now on his earlier issues and going, I can do that better. I can do this better. So he is doing updated sections of the book that he wants to improve on in order to get it out there to you at the direct market as at the best quality level that he can. It's really going to be, like I said, I can't wait to get this stuff out to you. Just to have you see it and to be able to sell it on your shelves.
Now, we've been joined by Eric Dreaded Dinosaur Hodson. Hello, Eric.
How's it going?
I see you. I saw you sneak in, and yeah, and wanted to make sure that I acknowledge your existence, that you were here. Do you want to say something?
Oh no. I'm the fact that I'm in the room is acknowledgement enough. we might be being joined by a friend of mine, Eric Watkins, who has a book starring Al Snow, the professional wrestler.
Cool.
So hopefully he'll be popping in here so we can share that with us.
Cool. I also
not to leave Dustin out. Josh says, "Hey Dustin, what's your distribution plan for your stuffs?"
So, having heard the question, and I view it from the consumer's eyes more than anything else. So when I go into an LCS and I see an independent book, if it catches my eye, then I go and I look up that creator and I follow that creator and see when other crowd-funded campaigns are going to go. So most of these crowd-funded campaigns have retailer tiers, and as does Cara Prime, but you have to expect there to be a little delay on when those books come in, and there may or may not be continuing things. I understand where you're coming from, Randy, as far as having some distribution level and having a plan on regular routine stuff. Mm-hmm. But when you're a 1-person, 2-person team, and you both have full-time jobs, that you're asking a lot if you want. I think you're doing well in that scenario if you're able to put a book out every quarter, basically.
Yeah,
so my distribution plan, I don't really have anything as far as Rabbit Around Comics are concerned yet, because I'm taking my time and I'm moving forward slowly with that. But I know Brian, who's the lead on the Cara Prime stuff, he's working, he's hustling behind the scenes, trying to get a publisher for the anthology project, and has a number of floppies lined up already, and hopefully just to continue on with the universe. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot going on, and as I guess I can call myself an independent creator, but I'm excited to see what comes.
Nefarious, at that point, indie creators should just self-publish, not crowdfund. I want to say this too. This week, was it over the weekend? I seen 2 people released their royalty statements from a publisher.
Yeah,
and I about died laughing because
wait. You should put that in parentheses. The word publisher.
And I was like, whoa.
Or the word royalty in parentheses.
Yeah. Oh, they're royally screwed with those.
Royalty.
They and I thought like, wow. And I showed it to JD Calderon. I'm like, have you seen this? And he's like, what bullshit? He said it pissed him off. He says, this is why, just publish yourself. Just go to crowdfunding. Why are you going to these people, giving them half of your money, if not more? Oh, because they can go to cons?
I mean, come on, man. The one you showed me, that's like almost 3 whole Dogecoins. Come on. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, these were some severely low. And this is supposed to be from publishers that are top notch, like.
I get a quarterly statement from Caliber. And it's
yours
about
is one of them. I'm just kidding.
for the War of the Worlds book. And it's 5-issue arc. It's a graphic novel that they sell on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
War of the Worlds Infestation, if anybody wants to look that up. Amazon. Okay. I'm really proud of that book. That's why I said that. But the royalty statements I get are quarterly, and I don't know, maybe that statement was monthly, or was it quarterly?
Quarterly.
Because that was an embarrassment.
Yeah. Now here's the problem. Here's the problem.
My statements for that book's been out for 15, 20 years, and it was what, 25, 30 times higher.
Here's why I get a little salty, okay? Because as a publisher with my company, and Lola can tell you this, there were people that I brought on that at the end of each con day, I broke them off their money right there. They may have left the table with 25, 30, 60 bucks. But they left with some money. I didn't say, I'll send it to you at the end of the quarter. I didn't do that. I gave them cash that day. Every day they were at the table. If they didn't get cash that day, when I got home, I PayPal'd it to them. It was that simple. Yet I was always the bad guy. And they idolize these companies that are sending out, $1 or $5, $6 royalty payments every quarter. When I got a son of a bitch who's complaining because all he's made so far off of me handling 2 of his issues, all he got so far was $360 something. Well, take your book over to those companies and see how much you get every quarter, my friend, especially when you don't come to conventions and you aren't there to sell your shit at their table. You're going to get nothing, and then you can bitch, and then you can complain. Sorry, I'm going to be on a tear because because they look at me and
you did say we were going to get in trouble this episode.
Oh yeah.
Go for it.
I said it. I said we were going to get in trouble. I'm sorry, Dustin. You came on the wrong show. And so there's that. Then, I mean, and I thought I was being fair. I'm just here's some money. Take that and go. I'm sorry it's not more. They didn't like that. Culture Dracula. Yeah, he said Code. Did he say Code of Dracula?
No, who? What? No.
That's what he.
No. I don't want to name companies. We don't want to name products.
Oh, there are cults in comics. There are cults.
Really don't. No, we don't want to. Nope.
Oh,
let's not get anybody in trouble here.
Well,
let's not make a statement. No,
there are. I was like, they're cults in comics.
Let's not point out the product that nobody's bringing. Tim, how are you?
And but then I get demonized for being, I'm not. Trust me, I'm gonna say it too. And I know how you guys treat it. Not you guys, but I know people like to hear this. But I know why I was targeted. I know why I was the bad guy. And I'm gonna leave it at that and let you fill in. Why I was the bad guy. Why? Don't publish with Varian. You might actually fuck around and get paid. Fuck, we can't have that happen. So now the other thing, this Randy, I came across some other poison this morning.
You what?
I came across some other poison this morning.
More poison.
More poison. More toxicity. Oh, it hurt me. It hurt me. I messaged you when I seen it.
Josh says, "Hey, he posted it openly."
I seen it this morning.
He did though. He did. He posted it openly. Yeah.
What the hell?
What the hell?
Actual hell?
What the actual hell?
Are people so? And you can click this if you want to. I know they are. Are people so
Is this the clip that's going to get taken out of context?
Yeah, but I'm gonna make sure I keep cussing so they can keep it in context. Are you so passionate about?
Should we ask this first?
What the fuck is the matter with people in this business?
Yeah, you could. Like, are you so destined and so determined to be separatists that you are now actually? You seek a sense of belonging so much that you are actually dividing us by which crowdfunding platforms you decide to use? Have you gone batty? You dumb fucks! I seen them. I seen the post. I couldn't believe it. I thought I died. I thought I had another stroke. It's my fourth stroke. It said, "You are an Indiegogo creator. You can't come on this platform." And I about had
you had that reversed.
Yeah. And I had a connection. What the fuck is an Indiegogo creator? What is a Kickstarter creator? What is that? What is that? You what? They want to belong to something so bad. Did they had to? It's like Nintendo versus Sega, Microsoft versus Sony. They're like, we gotta have a division. We gotta have something. Hey, you're on another program. They both take your money. You're not signing anybody exclusively. You son of a bitch. Listen, if Kickstarter comes to your dumb ass and they say, hey, we're going to pay you to only crowdfund on our platform, then you are a Kickstarter creator. Until then, your broke ass is nothing. Nothing.
And he had a heart attack.
He's down, ladies and gentlemen. He's down.
Kickstarter can start what Indiegogo don't.
I just can't.
Hey, I'm on Indiegogo because it was easy. It was my first campaign. It was real easy to get up there, and yeah, I made some mistakes with the Indie Volt Revolt available on Indiegogo right now, Sequential Art Collection. But I was able to go in and correct those and make whatever changes have to be made. And quite frankly, I love Indiegogo and the way that they're set up, their pay schedule, the way that they work. They take money from folks that contribute, that back the book immediately, so you're not worried about anybody backing out or doing whatever at the last minute. And it's just such a nicer platform, in my opinion. Everybody else who's out there that uses Kickstarter has used Kickstarter for years, is lost with everybody else in Kickstarter. That's your choice. That's great.
Now, the fairest a good point.
I just enjoy Indiegogo, and I'm not there because I'm politically affiliated with anybody or that I'm an Indiegogo creator or anything like that. I'm there because I like the platform.
Could you imagine? I tell you what, because Nefarious makes a good point this variant. Hey, that division on both sides, though. I got told by a Kickstarter community, that was the problem. They used the word community.
There's that word again.
Community.
Creator, the book
community.
The book
hey, your bushes are too big.
The book we're promoting was an IGG book, so they took our post down. So miss me with that shit. You're right. You should have. I wish you would have told me in the fair, so we could have put them on blast. I would have put them on blast for you because they Kickstarter and Indiegogo don't care. They don't care.
The platform elitism has got to go.
And you're right.
We're all out there doing good comics. We need to make great comics. Not worry about what freaking platform you're on, and back the books that look. I back Kickstarter campaigns. I back Indiegogo campaigns.
Yes.
I have a lot of friends that are on Kickstarter. I love the books that they're doing. I back them because I have to back them because it's great comics. Everybody should be like that.
Could you imagine these separatist mother effers if they actually said, I mean, listen, because I'll tell you what the next step is. It's already there. It's already there.
It is there. That's why you got the communities and the buckets.
I heard people get mad at you for who you use to print. Who do you use to print? I'm not telling you. It's what it is. It's finding out what gang you're a part of. Hey, what set do you claim?
No.
It's set.
It's not what gang you're part of. It's what bucket you're in.
They want you to tell
what it
them
is.
What gang you're in. What? Wait, I know you're not walking down my street with those colors on. You don't have a street. You live in mama's house.
Crabs in a bucket.
Tribalism is everywhere.
Tribalism. That's communities.
I can't take it. It makes it. I don't have the testicular fortitude to handle it. I just don't. I don't.
It's time to be an industry. It's time to grow up and get rid of the petty drama, and be an industry and not freaking clicks, communities, buckets.
It's
whatever.
It's Tyler
time
Carpenter,
to get out of it.
Is Tyler Carpenter now a Patreon creator? Is that what? Would Tyler like to be known as a Patreon? I bet you
he's
won't.
got his own community.
He's a Patreon.
He's got haters out there that are mad because he stopped his Kickstarter.
Look, Simon says, I'm not on Kickstarter because I prefer Indiegogo. How dare you, sir? You can't say that. You can't say that. Now you've chosen a side.
I'm there with Sim. I prefer Indiegogo.
Now here's your rifle, here's your costume, here's your uniform. Go out there and shoot the other person.
I like you too, Josh.
What's wrong with people in this industry? What's wrong with them? I know what it is. I know exactly what it is. At some point in their life, their mother refused to breastfeed them. That's what it was.
That's what it all comes down to.
She was breastfeeding and she stopped. And then that's what happened. That's what happened. It's got to be. There's no other explanation. I didn't get breastfed, but that was okay. It was never offered to me and taken away. It was never an option. So I'm okay. But other people, they were given that, and they were given the tip.
Daphne, do we have something we want to add to this?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Drama. I agree with it. Eric, did you get varying sugar again? No. Well, actually, I had my sugar today. I haven't had my sugar. I should get some more. It's BS. Anyway, these people. I can't.
What do you mean, these people?
Yeah, I did have a bomb pop.
You mean these people?
Yeah. It's okay when I say it. Don't you know how this works? It's okay when I say these people.
Oh, is that what it is?
It's okay when I say it. I can say it. I have privilege. You folks. Well, you better step correct. Yeah, so screw it. I said it. Clip it if you want to. Don't ruin tits with comics. It boils down to the use of a specific hashtag by half the creators of the platform that triggers people on other platforms, saying everyone who used that platform is the bad guy. Maybe it's time to take labels like indie and mainstream out of the conversation when it comes to publishing. That way it will be about business and not community. That's a good point, Joe. It's a good point. What do you mean, DC?
Joe, he does have a point, but you're seeing, and again, here's your stats, and here's how stats work. If you look at those stats on a lot of those mainstream books, they're looking pretty independent to me. Black Panther's pulling down 13,000. Yeah. Wow.
So
look at some of them shrinking. Shrinking numbers.
I can't.
There's your stats for you.
I can't believe it. This poisonous industry. Then I'm not finished. I got one more gripe. I got one more thing to grind my gears into a pitch. Okay, one more thing to set. It just kicked me in the nuts.
Lola's shoes.
No. Listen, guys. Listen. If an individual approaches you
with an overcoat,
see what he's offering. He may have some good stuff. If an individual approaches you and says, "Hey, I want to do a cover for your book," and you say, "Sure, pal, great," and they produce this piece of shit cover. I'm sorry, this cover for your book, and you take this childlike cover and you put it on your book, and then that creator comes and says, "Hey, buddy, having a rough time. My life blew up. Can I get a couple dollars for that cover I gave you?" Now, first of all, you are already knee deep in the scam at that point. Your best bet is say, "Ooh, I can't." And tell you what, I understand that you don't, it's not fair for me to make money on this project and you not to, so I'm not going to use the cover. That way you can get out of the scam. The scam artists will get mad, but you won't because you're a person of your word and you decide, "Hey, you know what? Here, I'm going to give you X amount of dollars." And you give it to that person. And this scam artist decides that he's going to come back later and say, "Hey, I should get like 50 covers because I got fans that want that book." Now, rather than telling them, well, tell you what, send your fans over to the website, they can purchase it. No, you, like a fool, print some additional covers and send it over. And then you don't get your money they promise to split with you. And then these individuals are still around and launch campaigns. And then you're mad and you're upset. It's all our faults. It's mine especially, because I allowed the shit to happen to me. I allowed it to happen to other people. I allowed it to happen to another good friend of mine. And I said nothing. And I should have said something earlier. Mm-hmm. But, there's a lot of talk right now about, people in the industry being horrible to each other. And I have, in my silence, I've allowed someone to utilize their association with me at one point to glom on to others and scam them. And for that, I'm sorry. And I will not be silent about it in the future. I do promise that. Excuse you, Kangaroo Jack. That's me. Can I be my new name? Kangaroo Jack? I'm okay with being Kangaroo Jack. Is Sugar Chris in the chat? The Various is there. Privilege don't last forever, and they go back year behind. Just saying, Variant. Yeah, they do. They do. There's my little cat mascot. He needs to make him into a comic character.
Coming soon from Shocker Comics.
Yeah, he needs to be my new little mascot. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I don't like.
If you're gonna do that, I want to redraw it.
Okay.
I don't. That was a quickie sketch.
Yeah. I don't like a. I just don't like people today, Randy. I don't like people.
It's the drugs you're on. It's okay.
You haven't liked people this past week. Like all last week, you didn't like people either. I've been listening to him, bitch.
Is he on new meds?
No.
I just want some glorious plague to come wipe the whole hateful species out.
It's just because we're a media outlet and we get all the fucking drama and bullshit our way.
Everything funnels in.
Why can't we have an actual plague?
Just because you don't like people who hang out where I hang out, but you got beef with me, fuck off with that. Am I right?
That's how it is. That's how it is. I mean, and people get really upset. They do go back a year.
Privilege don't last forever. They go back year behind. Just saying, Varian.
You didn't spell his name right, Sam. So you're not talking to him.
Varian?
Varian.
Hey, Vern. Hey, Vern.
That's how your mom says it.
Hey, Vern.
Varian. Yeah,
I'll take it. Vern.
I'll take it. So now we're going to get into actual good comics now. We're going to take a look at Dustin.
What's up? Hi, Nefarious. You couldn't back Tales of Kara Prime today.
Who couldn't? Who couldn't back it?
I don't know. Josh was
Hopefully
asking.
anyone that wants to can.
Yeah, really. Yeah. But that proves my point. There's no difference when it comes to be business end of things. To be Emma Odin for a sec, at the end of the day, it comes down to getting sales for your comic.
You didn't hit the bell. There you go.
At the end of the day. Hail all. Sugar. Hail sugar.
He
says, what?
Oh, go ahead.
Varian tried that with me and a trading card drawing. Tongue sticking out. Evidence is on his channel.
Yeah. I did. I shook Simon down for a couple $100 for a trading card that I haven't finished yet.
Did you?
It was. Listen, it was an easy score. It was an easy mark.
Did he pay in advance?
Oh, he paid in advance. The problem is he paid me in those duck bucks. Those, and his Canadian dollar, and I'm like, ugh, what are these ducks on my money? I don't like this.
He paid you in loons?
I like eagles on my money. Eagle bucks. That's what Larry calls them. Eagle bucks and duck bucks. And those duck bucks don't spend as much. They have to be exposure bucks.
Do they still have $2 coins over there? Because I love doubloons.
Yeah, I'm like the balloons when I would go to Studio 4 and you could put them in. Never mind.
Huh?
Never mind. We'll talk about that later after the shop.
You make it rain and make it hurt at the same time.
Oh, this show's gonna get canceled. Let's see. Yeah,
M3SLZ feels you.
Yeah. Luke Stone in the chat says, "Hey, greetings, everyone. Greetings, Luke Stone.
Greetings, Luke Stone.
What's up, Luke?"
That's why I write stories about robots. You and me with one bad day from becoming supervillains, bro. That's right.
Here we are. Chris says, what did I walk into? Did some drama happen?
Drama's been happening all over. And by the way,
Raining drama.
There's on I think it's the Kick-Ass DVD. They follow some real life superheroes around, people who were dressing up and walking around cities and stopping crime. And I remember watching that documentary and saying, if there are superheroes, then there needs to be supervillains. And for a second, I considered it. Yeah, but I'm deranged. Anyway, hail Indie Vault, says Luke. Oh, Simon says, we agree he was paying the printing. I turned it on him. Yeah, that kind of hurt. But that's okay. What I heard now was that I can pay for the printing and sell exclusive trading cards of Nat the Merc. That's what I heard. So I can cut some completely out.
We got to come up with a line to finish the jingle rhyme. Chris? So we agreed he was paying for the printing. Hail Indie Vault. Hail Luke.
It's Sugar and Sim. It's Sugar and Sim. Something.
Sugar and Sim.
Yeah, Sugar and Sim. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's Sugar and Sim. It's Sugar and Sim. They ripped off Varian and Sim. I'm just kidding with you guys. I'm joking. There's gonna be a mean comment tomorrow morning on that.
Joe says Varian was overdue for this rant. He was on the verge of the eruption anyway.
Yeah. Guano guy. I like to make it say hell. Yeah.
Hell.
I'm waiting for Varian ain't afraid to cut a bitch. No, he ain't. He just has to run fast, and I can't run fast these days. So, Dustin, did you put your link to your thing in the private chat? You have a website you want?
He meant to your book.
Yeah, it's here.
Yes. both are in there.
What's our radio number?
Radio number right now, Indie Vote Live. No, Indie Vote Radio is. Oh shit. Okay, yeah.
That should be super high because of your ranting.
No, it's at 98,000 listeners. Yeah. I don't like that. That's not good. I still got an hour to go.
We keep pressing that extra zero, folks. Make sure you tell your friends. Listen to Indie Vault Radio.
Stop listening right now. Sign off.
Let's knock that number over 100,000.
And Varian has to pay extra.
And then I'm charging.
Varian has to pay extra for streaming. If we can knock it over 100,000.
Nope, I'm sending you the invoice.
You can hear him rant even louder.
Nope.
If we go over 100,000,
I'll do a special rant video.
I'll be there. We'll do a Friday night drunk stream. It'll be great. We'll pay for it.
It'll be called You Mother.
No, I do the drunk streams now on Saturdays.
Oh, do you? Well, it'll be a Saturday night drunk stream then.
Yeah.
We'll just ask for donations for the streaming.
So where did you put it? You put it in the private chat?
It's in the chat.
Oh, it's in the regular chat. Okay, let me.
And I know you ain't gonna like. He looks the best in a dress, so come up with something else.
Sugar might look pretty good.
Sugar needs that red dress.
Nice little hairstyle.
Mm-hmm.
He's already got the soccer
with some
mom
red
hair.
heels to go with it.
Yeah, he's got the soccer mom hair. I mean, he could pull this off. I have to give him hell. Where is it?
Stone says crabs in the bucket keep messing about. Yep.
Luke said, "What are you about to blow about?" He's on a. Luke says he's on the verge of eruption. That sounds very sexual, sir. I don't know if I.
No, I think he's mad. He's mad. Campaigns.
Where is it?
Freaking idiot elitists, one platform or the other, all ought to be ashamed of themselves. Grow up, kids.
I don't see it, Dustin. Is it?
Is it in the Facebook chat?
The Facebook one.
Okay. Lola, could you get him to pull it up so I can?
Which platform are you on?
Kickstarter. Don't hold that against me, though.
No, you're put him backstage. No, see, we don't have a problem with it. I backed the book on Kickstarter just today. I don't have a problem with it. I do, and I know others who do. Michael Owen has said
one of my oldest campaigns. I'm waiting for fulfillment. It's on Kickstarter.
I had one on Kickstarter that took 2.5 years to fulfill.
Now, what was the name we were aiming for on Kickstarter? What's the name of the campaign?
Kara Prime. Tales from Kara Prime.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
If you just, it's www.karaprime, all one word.com, and that'll take you right to it.
I got it. I'll bring it up right now. Here we go. Make sure my audio. Thank you, Lola. $6,688 of a $5,000 goal. So you're past that. 4 days left to go.
4 days. We're running out of time, but we did just hit the 135 backer mark, which unleashed a new story that'll be added to it. So that'll be fun.
Very nice. 135 backers. 4 days to go. I mean, now, which story in here is yours?
I do the story called Blacksmith is the character that I wrote for.
Okay.
So the anthologies are mostly 5-page stories with different characters that come from the world of Kara Prime. There's a splattering of 6-page stories, but yeah, so it's over, it's like 120 pages worth of comics from different writing styles, different artistic styles.
Cool.
I guarantee you something in here you're going to like.
It looks like a pretty thick book too, but you got a lot of pages. So it's not something you're going to, I mean, unless you're me, you can, go through it in one sitting, but I'm lazy.
Well, that's the beauty of, these short stories is you can hit a short story, you can hit another one, or you can read as much as you want. So all of our stretch goals are backer number based. So the more backers we have, the more we can add to it. And we got 4 days left.
I'm gonna play the
video
video here for you guys so we can take a look at it and see.
Please.
Here we go.
So you've got a couple of extra dollars and you're here on Kickstarter. Well, I'm Brian Silverbacks, and I'd like to tell you about the Tales from Kara Prime anthology we've put together for you. So check it out. So Kara Prime is a creator-owned comic book universe created for connected storytelling. And we've got a handful of characters, and each of them has their own unique backstory. And we want to give them to you and show you what their world is like, one page at a time. Every one of these stories is at least 5 pages of sequential art for you to enjoy. So you're not going to get any 1 or 2 pages. You're getting full 5 pages of every character inside the book. I called in a few favors, and now we've got over 25 creative professionals on this project, and we want to show you their work. After each writer chose the character that they wanted, they assembled their own creative team. That means that each story is going to have a different style of art, a different style of writing, and all kinds of different styles of storytelling. To create a more immersive experience, some of the characters even have theme music that can be accessed with QR codes on the title page of their stories. 25 creative professionals. You've seen their work before with Image, Heavy Metal, Source Point Press, Scout Comics. I mean, here's just a few examples of the stuff they've worked on. The Recount, Savage Bastards, God Killer, Strayed, Metal Shark Bro, Johnny Phantasm, Villainous, Planet Caravan, and so much more. So now, let's talk rewards. The focus of this campaign is on the over 80 pages of content, all wrapped in a cardstock softcover. To own a physical copy of this anthology, it's only going to take you $20. And then with add-ons, you still have the ability to add more to your cart if you need them. Although the anthology is our focal point, we do have some other reward tiers. And here's a look at some of the stuff that's incorporated in those. This is a backer-based campaign. We want to get this anthology in as many hands as possible. All of our stretch goals are backer-based rewards, and anybody who ordered a physical copy will get everything that's unlocked through the stretch goals. How awesome is that? I want to thank you for checking out Tales of Kara Prime. I hope we covered everything you need. If not, I may have added some in the information below. Thank you for checking this project out, and we appreciate all your support. So now I'm going to leave you with an image of what your next purchase should be.
I like that video.
Yeah, it's a pretty good video. So the backer numbers, obviously, in that video were a little. They've been adjusted.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, now that's a pretty cool concept though. So it's an anthology of interconnected characters. That's a pretty cool concept. I like that. And did you find that was hard to write for, or did you have to check in with anyone else, or was your story pretty much in its own? Even though the world was connected, it was. Because I imagine there are rules to play by.
There are some rules, but Brian had previously launched or crowdfunded basically the Kara Prime Handbook, which kind of gives you a bio stats kind of listing for each character.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I used to kind of dig through there and figure out who I wanted to write for. And Blacksmith was still available, and it's the kind of one that it just kind of spoke to me that I could write a fun story for it. But Brian also gave you a lot of liberty as far as what you wanted to do creatively with the character. So I gave the character some abilities that maybe he didn't have. I gave him a sidekick. And then, obviously put him into that Kara Prime world. It's not an origin story. That's just too hard to write in a 5-page story. But it's kind of just introduces the character and it's just a fun little story. Mm. I think it's fun.
It looks cool. 4 days left to go, everybody. Now, if you're listening over on Indie Volt Radio, it's on Kickstarter, and you guys can go over there. And again, you got 4 days left. It's going to wrap up, what's that, May 2nd? You can pledge, let me see here. There's a $20 physical copy. Now, it's only going to certain countries. Do you know what countries those are offhand, Dustin?
I don't know for sure.
Okay. But, maybe your country's on there. Usually, even if it isn't, though, there are PDF copies, and those usually ship anywhere in the world.
Yes.
So if you want to check it out, $10 gets you a digital copy of this book. If you do a lot of stuff on your tablet, like I'm starting to do now, having comics on your tablet isn't a bad thing. It's actually pretty handy if you lay in bed and you don't want to get up and go get a book. Well, I've got 15 books right here, and I've got about 3,000 that I've downloaded off of torrents for DC. I'm not paying you bastards anything. I'm just kidding. No, I wouldn't do that to DC.
I buy thousands on Webtoon and Tempest.
Yeah. I actually still buy some of the mainstream books because I feel like this. I'm going to bitch about them, and I'm going to actually be able to hold up my receipt and say, I'm not buying this anymore. I love it. I love being what's the word? Righteously indignant.
I was gonna say cantankerous, but
yeah,
true.
I bought this piece of shit.
I said asshole, so
yeah. You're just mad because there was a point where my weekly comic book expense was about $180, and about week 8 of that, Lola was like, "Listen, do you like eating?" I think by now you've grown accustomed to it. It's looking like we're gonna start eating some of these comic books if you don't stop. So I went from $180 a week to about 60 down to right now about, I think I'm around about 45 to 30. And then I don't pick them up every week anymore either. Sometimes I let them build up and then I go get them. But yeah, anyway, good shit. Let's see. Varian, look at this way. They say if you don't like my politics, I'm on a book, and I say make me. Did you say liberty? He did say liberty. Randy, where was your bell? Dustin said he has the liberty to do it, and you didn't hit the bell. We need a Liberty Bell now. Get it, Liberty Bell. That's the mascot's name. Her name is Bell. Belle. Anyway, I want to also. I seen here that there was there a tier there that had original art?
There's a few original art tiers, largely stuff that Brian's done with Loggerhead and Star Bastard.
Mm-hmm.
There's the original art bundle. The $400 bundle was the cover for this book, and that sold the first day. There's also those plush dolls,
okay.
Like little wrestling things from the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
There's a tier with those. So there's a lot of creative tiers as well.
And
But,
for our
you know,
radio audience, that's Tales from Kara Prime. Kara is Kerra over on Kickstarter. Kara Prime.
And there's a handbook, $5 digital copy, Kara Prime handbook. Listen, you can't buy the comic unless you buy the handbook, so you know what's going on. It's like a program.
Yeah.
And there's more characters in the handbook that don't get introduced in this anthology. So,
Ooh, is that a enamel pin?
yes, sir.
You guys know how I feel about my enamel pins. Dustin, I need one for my hat. Make it happen. I got all these different pins. I got a new pin to put on here, guys.
Those pins are limited, so I can't guarantee you there's any still left.
Ooh, I got. Speaking of Kara, I got Kara Nicole to send me a pin. She sent me a Fire Bitch pin, which needs to go on the hat. It will go on the hat tonight, though. So next time you see this hat, it'll have all my pins back on it. Some did fall off, but they fall off here, so I know where they're at. Sketch cover, $75. There's a lot of different. Oh, there they are. There they are.
There they are.
The Razzling Buddies. Those are cool. Those are really cool. I need one of my character. A plushie. All so 135. So that was 2 stretch goals. 150 guys. Another stretch goal gets unlocked. Do you know what that'll be, Dustin?
I don't. Brian's keeping it close to his vest.
Okay.
I don't have a clue.
And split between all of the creative teams. About $5,000 will cover production and shipping. And then the rest will be split with the creative team, which means that creators finally get paid. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Not those duck bucks that Simon tried to give me.
Duck bucks.
$6,688 where you guys are at. Go over to Kickstarter, Tales from Kara Prime, Volume 1. Look it up, buy it, get it in your mailbox, and enjoy it. And then you can always contact us and tell them what you know. Hey, I think your book was the best story in there, man.
Or the worst. I'd like to know that too.
Yeah.
Nefarious says, Varian, I look at it this way. They say, if you don't like my politics, don't buy my books. And I say, make me.
Eric Hawkins says $180. That hurt my wallet. Ouch.
Hurt mine too.
What hurt wallets? Oh, me, my $180. Yeah. Well, come on. It was, I was buying high quality Marvel and DC stuff. By high quality, I mean they were probably buying high quality Colombian grade coke of mine.
How many years ago was that?
That was about 3 years ago. I mean, I was doing that for about 6 weeks straight, just dropping ridiculous amounts of money in that store, and then it was ugly. And now the store owner looks at me like he's hurt when I come in. Cause it's like, oh, here you come with your little funky ass $45, Marion. Go back to the old days. Your wife is making you unhappy. Here.
I've been there myself. I've had to cut back quite a bit.
How about you, Eric? You cut back?
Oh yeah, I've cut back quite a bit.
Yeah, it's usually a bad idea to send Eric and I shopping.
Yeah.
Because Eric and I find ourselves.
You said
stores.
shopping?
Yeah.
Not shipping.
No, shopping. Okay. Because we find ourselves in stores. Like the other day, Eric took me to a doctor's appointment, and after he's like, "Oh, you want to do anything else?" I'm like, "Well, I need to go by an art store," and Eric's like, "Sweet." and we went by Indie VOLT sponsor Blick Art Materials, and stopped in there, and we had to restrain ourselves.
3 hours later.
Well, you got to look at all the nice new things, and there's stuff to try and demo and Google. It's been a while since I've been in one, so it took some time. I was the diva. I was the one taking too long. So.
I realized that I had swiped my debit card, and I knew she would get a message the minute I swiped it, letting her know, hey, you just spent this much at this place. So I'm like, she knows where I'm at. We have to go. She knows I'm here. She's gonna call the store. I joke about that, but I had a friend's wife do that. He swiped his card, and we were standing in the store, and she actually called the store, and he was very embarrassed. It's pretty funny to me. Apex Comics says, "Hey everyone, hello Apex Comics. How are you?"
Hey, Apex.
Now every comic because I want to be shipped. Josh says, "I actually just started going
I'm sure you do, Larry. I'm sure you do."
Local comics was about 3 weeks ago. It's an adventure in flea markets for old Arrow books. See, you need Arrow books. Buy from Randy. He's got them.
Buying old Arrow books is tight.
Word. 3 years later, and a missing person's report. Yeah. I think my comic shop owner probably was. He's like, yeah, I haven't seen Varian in like 2 weeks. I wonder if he's okay. Yeah.
Hey, you didn't get any calls for ransom. You must be all right.
Yeah. I want to bring up another book here. Eric, are you gonna talk about this book for us?
Yeah. Unfortunately, my buddy, he can't join us. His microphone's not working, but he is hanging out in the chat. And so if I get anything wrong, I'm sure he'll chime in.
Let me play this here. There it is, The Ballad of Al Snow and Head.
Yeah, so normally, you'd think wrestling project, you think this is something I'm involved in. I'm not personally involved in it, but it's a great story. It's exactly what I think needs to be done in professional wrestling, because I think people want comic books that are talked about that are like the kayfabe of the character.
Mm-hmm.
So The Battle of Al Snow, it takes a journey into Al's mind with Head. He runs a job squad detective agency, and he's looking out for surviving citizens of this post-apocalyptic Louisville. The heart of a barmaid is stolen. Al sets out to find it at any cost. So he's got no fear, no rational thought. And, it's a bunch of Al Snowisms. Al Snow's a great guy, so it's going to be a lot of fun. If you got sound turned on, hit the video.
All right, here we go.
Hi guys, former WWE superstar Al Snow here, and first and foremost, I want to thank you for checking out the Broken Icon project. I can't tell you how honored and excited I am to have my very own comic book out there, and I hope that you will support it, and I hope you will share this project and let everyone know about it. Thank you guys so much for being fans, and I hope you check out this comic book. It's amazing, the artwork, the writers, the colorers, the inkers, everyone. Make sure you check it out, and make sure you let everyone else know. Thank you.
That's really cool. It's cool to see Al, and he looks so like not like Al. Like he looks like, because you're seeing Al like that looks like an Al that I'm like not afraid of. Normally Al is like, get away from me. Are you?
And it's funny because now he's more jacked than when he was wrestling.
Yeah. I remember seeing, like, I was a kid, and even when I was 17, remember I was 17, 18, I started learning how to wrestle, and I went to wrestling school, and there was always those guys I thought like, oh, that guy's not so big, it's not so big. And then again, hanging out with you, Eric, going to a wrestling show where we did one in Pittsburgh. It was Philadelphia, but I'm walking in there's this like eclipse behind me, and I can't figure out why the lights are going off in this arena or this like convention center we're in. And I turn around, and this walking mountain of muscle and I look in the face of this tall individual who I thought was like not that tall, and it's Billy Gunn, and he's huge and he's jacked. I mean, the dude is fucking yoked. Excuse my language, but and I'm like, sweet Jesus, like I'm sorry for every time I beat you on the video game easily. That does not happen in real life. That guy is huge, and so we don't take that into account. And then you see him in real life, and you're like, holy crap! Like we said it really close at Raw, and Lola was amazed by how big John Cena and Brock Lesnar were, and I was, eyeballing the divas because they're very petite, cute, pretty. Ideal.
Yeah, I know because you're short, everybody looks huge. Because I have the opposite effect. I go to a wrestling show, I'm like eye to eye with people who I thought were giants.
Yeah. For you, yeah, you're what, 6'4", right?
6'3", but I wear shoes.
Yeah. And Randy, how tall are you?
6'2".
6'2". Dustin?
6'1".
6'1". I'm the shortest guy here. I'm at 5'2". Wow.
Anyway, so this is a perfect project for somebody like Al Snow. He's a big comic book geek. Mm-hmm. He showed some pictures off to us at WrestleCon. He's really proud of this project. Him in a post-apocalyptic world that's already crazy. I mean, it's just perfect for his character.
Oh, I love his cover here.
Yeah, the vintage throwback wrestling magazine cover. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Help me.
15 days to go. 44 backers. It's got a little ways to go just to get to 3,000. So really hoping we get that Indie Vault bump for this project, because we need to be doing more comic books starring wrestlers. I think it's a great niche to be a part of. The whole premise for Roddy Piper book that I did, and the upcoming British Bulldog that I did, is it's the K-pop of their character, where these guys are living superheroes. Let's make them go all the way. And so this is, I'm looking forward to getting this.
And these are affordable too. $15 for that cover. It's a 40-page book, so it's it's nice size book. European cover, $20. Sketch cover, $50. The Stable of Al Snow, $60. And you'll get them all signed by Al Snow himself from that one. There's a digital PDF that's only $5. So again, if you're on the fence, don't think they'll ship to you. You got that PDF option, which is there. $125 gets you every cover. A comic size metal print, signed, numbered, and ready to rock. Also, all three autograph covers for that, $125. Eric, I'm surprised, man. This is normally up your alley. No Eric Hodson exclusive cover.
We originally talked about it, but then we lost touch during the whole 2020 nonsense. Mm-hmm. And so I think he just moved ahead with the project as is, and it didn't happen. But you know what? Maybe if we can get this thing past 3,000, it'll talk him into paying me to do like a special insert or something.
Yeah, a trading card or something. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of cool. I backed it. Al Snow was the first season of Tough Enough was scary. Yeah. So thanks. Appreciate it, Joe. Rebel Comics says, okay, I'm going to share this out. Yeah, look at them. They're sharing stuff. Yeah. More tacos. And I just watched it go up. Yeah, so it's going up. Is it really 5'2"? Yes, M3 SOZ. I'm very small. I'm looking forward to hitting that launch campaign button next week. Yeah, you got a campaign launching, Luke. You got another issue of hybrids.
Oh, look at that! It just went up again.
Yeah, that's all very.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
But you got some big R's supposed to be from all those comment page reps, all those taco lifting reps too that I keep doing. This is delicious.
Lifting up the
more tacos.
I don't think I've ever seen you eat a taco.
No. I eat enough tacos around the house that like my wife she loves tacos.
So many innuendos flying
yes, you
tonight.
Did, Eric.
Yeah, it is.
We went to Taco Bell after a con once. We did. We sat and ate.
I have no memory of that.
Yeah.
It's been so long since we've done cons. I forgot them all. That project looks cool. Yeah, that does look really cool. Every project we had on here tonight looks really cool. I'm gonna check into Kara Prime and this because
now you got to show the best. Just kidding.
Oh no, I forgot about that book. Oh,
absolutely. Here it is. Indie Volt Revolt, sequential art collection.
I'll scare you, Randy.
55 backers, 2,135 in,
I'm booting you.
170% of the goal.
I'm booting you.
Are you at 75% already?
What?
Are you 170? Okay, I must have to wait. What are you talking about 75%? Wait, well, who dropped?
170% of the goal. Yeah.
17 days left on that.
Only 17 days left to go.
Are you excited to see it close?
Once it's done, it's done. It's not going in demand. So,
yeah.
But what I'm, what I'm really excited about is getting this book out into as many hands as possible, and then being able to offer an Indie Volt Revolt comic, a 32-page floppy, as they say, out to the direct market.
Floppy.
With different material, some different material, some of the same material there, but not everything in this book is going to be reprinted in the direct market edition. So. Some stories in here will only be available in this edition. So make sure you check it out.
And that's going to be shipping when?
As soon as it's done.
As soon as it's done.
I've got the print file about 90% together. As soon as we know exactly how many pages are going to be in the book, we'll get those last stories in place, and it'll go print on demand, and it'll be in my hands 2 weeks later. The printer is a drive away from my house. I will take them the file. I will pick up the book when it's done, and we'll fulfill it immediately and get it out to folks. And there's a special tier as you go out, an add-on tier as you go out to help clean out my basement, which is very important because it makes the wife happy every time she sees 5 books leaving out of the basement. So it's 5 books for $15 plus 5 more in shipping. So.
I'm sorry, I got it.
So I'll be backing that, Randy. Just waiting to pay myself first. Yes.
And
appreciate you, Mark. Really do.
Getting there. Where's Mandy Simons to return the favor? Yeah, we are.
Here we go.
Yeah. Actually, Lola's gonna be on Mandy's. When is it? More in the window. Lola's gonna be on Mandy. Lola's gonna be
on Mandy's show this Friday.
This Friday. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Look at that. Dreaded dinosaur is in there. We have the secret origin of the dreaded dinosaur. Dreaded dinosaur man, I should say.
Hatch from Glenn Fleming.
Mr. Glenn Fleming. Yep. Be in there. This is a panel from Ted Tired Detective that Jake Twister did.
Tea Party for Two.
It's a mischievous story in there from Daphne Lage and J.D. Calderon. There's a great Traveler's panel from or a slice from The Traveler's Desire by Josh Harris. So there's a little bit of manga influence. There's funny animals. There's a story here by Russ Leach tying into Only Death Can Save Us. There's a fantastic Norse poem adaptation by Emily Zelasco. Just a wide variety of stuff. A lot of fun in the book. So check it out. Indie Volt Revolt Sequential Art Collection.
And then Randy, before you do that, before you go out, I did see I want to comment the Farius had made. He says not dissing what you're doing, but no one cares about award shows. And that's something we're looking to we're looking to stop, Nefarious. We're looking to make sure have people to start caring about award shows again.
You know why nobody cares about award shows is because most of the time they're just popularity contests. Somebody gets up on the web and says, "Hey, vote for me." Where this award show, Nefarious, is going to be different because this is a judged event. We've got a set of judges. There are books that are actually put up for consideration. There's a small fee that goes to Autism Speaks, but it's being handled like an old-fashioned recognized ability style award show. They're being judged on quality, on content, on how great the product is, not how popular the person is, or whether he got it printed on one platform or another, or anything like that. This is a judged event looking for quality, and it's designed to raise the bar for all and recognition for alternative and independent products.
And originally when I planned this event in 2020, well, 2019 we started planning it, and then 2020 happened.
Before all,
And,
all these problems, yeah.
Yeah, and so we couldn't do the event, and we pushed it out to 2021. And here's the website for it if you want to take a look at the Indie Vote Comic Book Awards, September 18th, 2021. It will be streaming live from Dave and Buster's. It'll also be streaming, but we're gonna have live guests there as well. Tickets will be going on sale very, very soon. But we got a judging panel. It's Eric, Randy, Lola, Victor Danders, and JD Calderon. They are not allowed to enter any of their own stuff, so there's no way for them to be able to help themselves out. They're not allowed to enter anything. It's going to be a good event. We got a lot of sponsors: Blick Art Materials, Mix'em, StreamYard, Autism Speaks, IndieCron, Liberty Entertainment Distribution Group, and Logo Comics. A couple more sponsors are coming in very soon as well. So we wanted to push it and make it. We want to make these award shows mean something again. I know a lot of people go out there and they try to get. They want to get recognized by an award show. You can submit to Indie Vote Awards at indievoteawards.com, and there's a small entry fee. It's until April 30th. It's actually $5 on the title, then $1 per category. But that fee goes to Autism Speaks because we didn't want to charge a fee, but because of other circumstances, we had to. So we're like, okay, well, can we give that fee away to Autism Speaks? And that's what we chose to do. So I'm looking forward to them getting that too. Anything we can do to help, much like we helped with the Denani Cameroon children. We raised money and sent art supplies to Cameroon. So we're always looking to spread the word for art and anything else here. But this is an award show that we hope is going to change your mind and
add a little dignity to the awards program, especially when it comes to alternative and independent books.
Yeah, I really want it to be something people look at again and they feel, okay, I really want to submit. Maybe not this year, but next year especially. Let's see what we got here. Can I poop on it? Got something there? That's a guano guy.
Can I pop on?
Pop on. Yeah,
pop on, not poop on. It's all guano and you thought poop.
Yeah, I did. Did you want to poop on me?
We have some great
link or a toilet. Either pick one.
Randy, can you send him a link?
I am working on that right now.
All right, yeah. But yeah, so
there it is.
We just want people to be able to know that now April 30th that goes up a whole $1, so it'll be $5 on the category and then $5 on the comics deal, but $1 per category. After that, there's another deadline which we consider our late deadline, which it's a bit more expensive then, but you definitely want to get in the next couple days. You got to the 30th, and then you got even after that, you still it's only $1 more. So and there's a lot of people submitting. We got up so far, we're up to 16 different submissions, and we'll be announcing what those submissions are very, very soon on the site. And then we got a Hall of Fame we're going to be announcing too. I was hoping to have the video package ready for that tonight, but I don't. So maybe Thursday morning, maybe next live wire. We'll see. The Flock in the house. Hey guys. Hey Scott, I see
Flock.
You were cooking a huge steak the other night. Was that what you had? I think it was. I believe it was you. Cooking a huge ass steak and make me hungry at 2:00 in the morning. I'm like, what the hell? I'm gonna cook steak at 2:00 in the morning unless you're high. Were you high, Scott? And basically says, haha. Yeah. So we're gonna wait for we're waiting for
It says I like real award shows, not ones that you hand out oddly specific awards to your friends.
I never get one, even though it was my friend. I never get the awards. I would just like one handed out to me at least once. I did get one of those awards in high school. I got a congeniality award.
Keely Chow. Hey, everybody. Hey,
Keely. Yeah. I also got most likely to be out of his seat.
Most likely to be out of his seat?
Mm-hmm. And the teacher, she did it, may she rest in shit. She did it to be a bitch, and she thought it was funny. But what she failed to realize that I was smarter than her. No, what she failed to realize is that I I had a mouth on me. And so she let everybody make a speech. So when I got my award, and I went up to the front of the class and I said, with the most likely to be out of his seat award, not this one. This is my greatest of all time.
Greatest of all time.
Yeah, that's it. Greatest of all time award. I went to the front of the class and I said, I really want to thank you guys for this award. I know it seems like a joke, but nobody who's been in their place in history has ever been noticed. So I want to thank you guys for this award. Thank you very much. And she about shit herself. She couldn't believe what I had said. And she was pissed. Who's invading my programming? Who's invading my program?
Oh no, you still got to share my book.
I'm going to. Luke Stone has invaded the program.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Luke. What's up?
Why do you look so happy, Luke?
You smile through the pain.
Hmm.
No, I'm pretty happy. I read this great letter written by a good friend of mine, and it just they really showed off their private school education in it, and I'm really proud and happy about it.
Their writing capability.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. I used to have writing capability.
I'd like to take credit for that, but I can't.
Let me guess. There's words with lots of letters in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than 4 letters.
More than 4.
Wow.
I think he only used the MF word once. It was amazing.
92% complete of $1,500, Lola.
Getting there, getting there, getting
there.
Congratulations.
Yes, you're so close.
33 days left, so you should be able to crack this, Lola. You should be able to.
We'll get it.
Yeah, she's here we go. I'll play your video, Lola. Here we go.
It all started with an invite. Then you wake up in a cage. You would never expect what happens next. Who lives? Who dies? Are you ready to get lured?
There it is.
Who did your voiceover, Lola?
Randy.
Some weirdo.
I thought that was Randy. I was like, it kind of sounds like Randy. Like, it all started with an invite. I was like, it kind of sounds like Randy being all like creepy.
Only because she asked me to.
It was and the funny thing is, Randy has a funny story about that. There's somebody who does not believe that's him.
Yeah, my wife doesn't think it's me. That's not you. You don't laugh like that.
Why would you? That is weird. So did you do the voice for her so that she would know that it was you?
Say what?
Have you done the voice for her so that she knows it's you?
For your wife.
Oh, yeah. She still doesn't believe it's me.
Can you please make me a sandwich? It all started with a request for a sandwich.
It all started with a request for a sandwich.
Just one.
There were 3 backers away from that Daphne Lage print right there.
Yeah, Daphne did this. Probably watched her do it live, and I was like, Daphne, put some panties on that woman. Be careful, and she did. Thankfully, all perks are for physical backers only. Well, I had to make sure she stressed that. There's the cover, done by Dave Brown.
No, done by the Dave Brown.
The Dave Brown.
Supreme.
Supreme, which means he comes with sour cream.
I would have told him that.
Cover it in sour cream.
That was you earlier today.
Yeah. And chives. Exclusive Lola wraparound cover is also on there, Lola. Now this is limited to how many? Was it 50?
50.
I was
I will
actually
not
just
be doing any more.
I was actually just talking with someone like on our show that we just did at 8 about books doing the wraparound covers and how not many people are doing that. So it's cool to see that you're doing that.
Yeah, it's gonna bite her in the ass.
It all started with a wraparound cover.
There's now this is an adult book. There's adult content in this book.
As you saw the butt.
Well, here's the problem. Well, I've seen this book, and I was worried about it. I was worried about it. I said, "Oh my goodness, the content is adult. We can't have this out here." And then I saw another adult book that was dropped into my inbox, and I'm like, "Oh!" I all of a sudden feel a lot more comfortable with Lola's book. A lot more comfortable. Her
But
book
see,
is
there's a story with my. Yes, there's sex in there, but the sex helps the story move to where it has to go.
not like what I seen today. Not like what I seen. What I seen today, but your story is like Skinamax, whereas the other stuff that I seen today was straight up XXX, like snuff stuff. I see you got the Shocker Comics t-shirts, $25 each for so you can get one with lore on it or one with Shocker Comics.
And Shocker Comics is my adult publishing company that I started. So if you got adult comics and you're looking for a publisher, message me.
I got an adult comic. Now what's this?
It's shocking.
Fetishes A to Z. So with Fetishes A to Z, each letter is a different fetish done by a different artist.
And you got me to do N, but then turned around and asked me to do the cover.
It did.
Because I was cheap.
And that cover, the original art for that cover is still for sale.
And then there's something from Jason Doobie. Was it Shadow? Is it Shadowhunters? This comic.
He's done a lot of different covers.
Yeah, and this is the name of his book. And so he did one. He actually drew you.
He did draw me with red hair.
I might talk to him about some of his accuracy here. I don't know how he would have been made aware of some of this stuff.
The funny thing is, I did send him reference pictures, but only from the neck up.
I'm going to skip some of this stuff because I don't make some of it could be online. There we go. Unsolicited there. And I did that cover. Have fun with this one.
That one is sold out.
That one got sold.
The original art for that one is sold out.
Okay. So yeah, that one got sold.
Pretty quickly.
I was happy too because it sold for pretty high. So there's your team, Lola and Dave the Supreme. Lola, when's this book getting shipped out?
I have it for December of this year, but the rate the pages are coming in, it more than likely will be sooner.
Very cool. Very cool. So you guys got 33 days to go over there. Push Lola up to $1,500. She needs it. Need this book. Yeah. Anything else, Lola, you want to tell them?
No, you pretty much covered it.
Yeah. And everybody knows what the book is about. It's a horrible.
It's an awesome book, and people should back it. It's not what you think it is. There's a lot of twists and turns. It's about just desire, passion, trust, regret. There's a whole bunch of different elements to it.
That's a marriage.
And again, for our radio audience, it's over on Indiegogo. The book is named Lure, Lure. Look it up.
That's right. The Flock said, I had a beautiful shoulder chuck tender steak cooked to a beautiful 150 degrees Fahrenheit, based in garlic butter with a little bit of spices. Side of steak fries of a little Dijon. I dabble. He had a steak and he was cooking it last night, and I'm like, so hungry.
He said something after that too.
Oh, he said something after that, did he? Streams in the future. Hello, Cooking with Comics. I was gonna make a stream. Cool. I was gonna make a show called Starving Artists, where we show little things we make, and I was gonna show you how to make sugarritos. Sugarrito was where you take a fruit roll up, okay? You roll it out, so it's flat. Then you take a bunch of gushers, you put them on that, then you roll that up, and then you eat it.
Mark Darden's just shaking his head like, no.
Yeah. This is like, hey, do you have breakfast? You want some Red Hots? Nah, I had a little chocolate earlier. I'm good.
What'd you say, Eric?
I said you invented instant diabetes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Sounds like something Elf would eat on the.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You just take a roll up, put some gushers on, like 4 or 5 gushers, roll that up in a little roll. It's called a sugarrito.
And we still are going to do that show. It's in the works.
Yeah, it's called Starving Artist Kitchen. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, we are working on it now.
What's a gusher?
should be a show about how you cook ramen.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, that would be really cool to do as a graphic novel, like a cookbook.
Yeah. Mark,
You know,
what's your
a
favorite
cookbook in sequential art.
What's
your favorite ramen recipe?
Oh,
Varian, what's a gusher?
The one I eat a lot is like extremely hot.
What?
Really just clears.
Where did that come from, JD?
You know, like I mean, I'm eating.
You don't
it
know what
going,
a gusher is?
Oh
no.
Oh my god.
It's these.
My son has this really cool recipe for the ramen noodles. Like he'll make them and then he'll drain all the water and then he'll put some garlic and herb spice on there and then throw on some Parmesan cheese, sprinkled cheese, and it's really good. I was like, this is oddly delicious. Yes.
Here they are. There you go, JD. Fruit gushers.
Gosh, oh yeah.
You've never heard of those?
Randy
JD?
needs to read
No.
Food Wars. Yeah.
I've never. No.
Yeah. You can also.
I
think
thought
Varian's
you were
trying to kill
talking about a
himself.
different kind of gusher.
Yeah. No, Lola does have a Gushers outfit though. It's not Lola. Lola has a Gushers outfit that she's yet to wear on the show.
I want that outfit.
No,
I'm
you can't
working
have
on getting it.
No. Mark, you said you want to come on. You had something for us.
yeah. Earlier I was.
Mark, before you do that, introduce yourself to the radio audience.
Oh yes, Randy. As you
Please.
say. Please. I'm Mark Darden, curator of the Guano Guy comic book. But when I'm not doing that, I've been working on this other thing, which I'm going to show the things the other guys were working on. But there was this. That's what the other guys were working on. And you can't get this. But you can go get a free PDF. But just donate some money to the Hero Initiative. So good cause. Bunch of artists put a huge book together during the year that they were locked up at home. And now just giving it away to try to help out the Hero Initiative. But now I finally got this. Again, you can't get it. You know, this is just for people that helped make it. We're not selling these. But this was the other book. I worked a lot on this one. And it's the companion book. So tons of like wild stories, lots of fun. D-listers trying to survive in the apocalypse and save you. You know, the guy that you're like, is there a real hero available? Actually, man, no, there isn't. I'm the best you got. You want it or not? But this book, not quite ready for the public, but we're still doing final touches on the PDF version. And when those touches are done, that PDF is going to be going up. So that one's going to be available too. Again, just helping the Hero Initiative. And they're two great pieces altogether, 300 plus pages. So, and incredible art by some, it's all the way. It's the gambit from like professionals down to people that are amazing artists, but doing their first comic, to people that were like, hey, can I kick in? So it's incredible.
And that's Image Grand Design, available where?
Yeah, Image Grand Design, and I can pop you up a link there. That's probably helpful.
Right in the chat.
Right in the chat. Okay.
And then the other book is called Image Grand Disaster.
Disaster. It's after things fall apart. You know, you had a design, you destroy it. Now it's a disaster.
Nice.
And each of those PDF files are $5, right?
To the Hero Initiative, not to us.
Yeah, it's $5 to the Hero Initiative.
Hero
for that
Initiative.
PDF file.
You're getting a gigantic book to read with amazing art while also donating money to the Hero Initiative to help comic artists, medical bills, or whatever help that they need. And you've touched on this before, where there was just wages and it's a pretty cool thing. I mean, Hero Initiative, you've got the people that like they drew our childhoods basically, and inspired us. And they need, sometimes they need help, and there wasn't a program there for it, but now there is. So give some money to Hero Initiative and read a ton of fun stories.
I was talking to the guys from Hero Initiative a couple years ago, and they were telling me that they were actually pretty excited that they could kind of see an end for their organization in the future, because artists are getting smart of how to manage their money. Companies are taking better care of the artists,
paying higher royalties.
Yeah. So they were
different medias. Yeah,
and that was really reassuring to hear that they see an end for their company rather than we're going to be here forever.
Yes.
So yeah, we were joined by again Luke Stone and JD Calderon, but JD just comes to hang out and just
Say
ask
hello.
questions like, "What are gushers?"
Pretty much, yeah.
What's a
You know.
gusher?
You have a campaign running right now, don't you, JD?
Yeah. I have Tall Tales is currently running. We're doing well. We got 7 more days left, and that's the puppy right there that's running on right now. So this is Tall Tales Steve's Quest Volume 1. This is 5 issues of our long-running Tall Tales comic. Been out of print for a while. We're getting it back in print. This is comic size. The ones we've done in the past were digest size, so a little bit smaller. And this is all fantastic art by Daphne Lage, written by myself over many, many years. You know, if you like fantasy, you like Dungeons and Dragons, you like adventure, you like all that stuff, you might want to check it out. Still have 7 days left. We've hit 2 stretch goals and we're running on a 3rd one. So we'll hopefully make that one.
The 3rd one's going to be the metal bookmark, correct?
Yes, sir. Metal bookmark.
I was always under the impression that Daphne wrote Tall Tales.
No, I wrote Tall Tales. She illustrates Tall Tales.
Yeah, I thought she wrote it and drew it. For some reason, I just figured, he's just one trick pony. He's only got Oswald.
And you have a great add-on option on that campaign as well. Don't you?
Yes. Let me show you. All right, I gotta reach up here.
You gotta get your monkey out.
That's right. Gotta get my monkey out.
Go and grab your monkey.
That's right. Everybody, please come grab a monkey. This is Silvermane. He's a vinyl figure, right? And he comes as an add-on. He can move his head and his little arms, and his waist turns. And, it's really cool. He's actually one of the characters in the story. His name is Silvermane. So if you want, you can go check it out.
And there's a couple different colorways for that figure.
Yes, this is one colorway. This is black and white with blood on him. There's we have, I think, one of the glows, or at least one of the glows is available. Green glow. We have a blue glow, and we have him in his regular colors, which I don't have here, but he's all in the campaign. But if that's an add-on, you can just add on. So
figures are expensive.
That's awesome, man.
Oh,
and Luke, your campaign,
and that's Tall Tales, TALLTAILS.
Yes, currently on Kickstarter. You can go check that out.
Check it out.
Yep.
See, we've had a nice mix of campaigns here. We've had Kickstarter, we've had Indiegogo. Luke, what do you got for us?
Oh yeah, I've got a campaign launching next week. It starts next Tuesday, and it's hybrids issue 7, part 2 of the Killing Field. If you haven't been a part of the campaign or the series leading up to this, you don't have to get issues 1 through 5. You can jump in with issue 6, and we're going to have a catch-up tier for that as well. We do have a couple of trade paperbacks left, so we're going to be able to do that. With this campaign, we're doing more than just that issue. It's going to be 36 pages total, so it's pretty cool. That a pretty big book, one of the biggest ones I've done yet for a single issue. But we're also going to have a remastered issue 1 that's going to be a fan edition with a foil cover because we are re-releasing issue 1 with Arrow Comics starting in August, which is really exciting. And so we've remastered that entire book. About 80%, a little more than 80% of the art has been completely redone. We've extended scenes. We have added scenes that originally got cut out, and then we wrote a few new scenes for it as well. I worked with my editor Piper to get that done. It's turned out really great. We're doing the edits now on that and should have that finished up here in just a couple of days. And then we also have a role-playing game, a quick play manual that introduces everyone to a new role-playing full manual that we're going to be releasing later this year that Nicholas Tucker developed for me. And so we've got a lot of really cool things in there, and it looks like we might actually even be offering action figures. So a little 4-inch Trash Man might be part of the campaign as well. We're going to see if we can offer any more besides that as well. But yeah, we're looking at an add-on for action figures as well. So yeah, we got a lot going on with that. And so if people sign up for the mailing list today, they will get a free 8-page preview of that. And then when we launch, we send out 2 secret perks. We've got one that is going to have some collectible stuff to it, and then one that's just a basic $20 perk. But everything is free domestic shipping with discounted international shipping. So anybody that might be international, we are doing a physical shipping, but we're doing a discounted rate for you. So definitely sign up for that.
Very cool.
Nice.
And I guess that's it. I'll start with Mr. Calderon. Tell everybody where you can be found, sir.
I can be found under JD Calderon on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, DeviantArt, and also on YouTube, where I hold my own show on Sundays, and usually end up interviewing independent creators all over the world, like Mr. Darden, Mr. Luke Stone, Mr. Dinosaur, Mr. Grant, Mr. Zim. Dustin, we're gonna have to get you on there. So
appreciate
it.
and excuse me, and I have to get Lola on. Miss Krista, we're gonna have to get her on there too.
You do. What's the problem?
Yes. You know what? There's no problem. It's gonna happen real soon.
Okay. I'm getting booked pretty quickly, so let me know.
Oh yeah, I will let you know.
Real quick too, Lola. Larry asked, what's the letter E, Lola?
Electrostimulation.
Nice.
Yikes.
Nice. Like
In a fetish book, E is electrostimulation. That's crazy. Mark, your turn. Where can you find? Where can they hassle and stalk you at?
Yeah, Facebook. Mark Darden, if you want to follow me, or the Guano Guy, if you just want to follow the Guano Guy, which also has a live campaign that started today for Guano Guy number 4, although it's actually the 8th comic, but hey. And it's like 250 pages of material because we just do it like we want to do it. But yeah, that campaign's live, so check that out.
Very cool, very cool. And then, Mr. Dreaded Dinosaur, where can they find you at, sir?
I am at Dreaded Dinosaur and pretty much all the social medias out there. If I'm not on it, I don't think it's important, so don't worry about it. But I'm also the host of It Came From Webtoon on Monday nights here on Indie Vault. You can check out my webtoon, Dreaded Dinosaur Man, over there. And if you go over to Pro Wrestling Tees, you can buy the last few remaining copies of the first print run of Rowdy Roddy Piper, the Kilted Avenger.
Thank you, sir. Actually, we'll go. Luke, where can they find you at, sir?
Yes, you can find me at lukestonestudios.com. If you go over to lukestonestudios.com, you can find that link to the Indiegogo that is in pre-launch right now. It launches next week, next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can sign up for that, and I'll be sending out the 8-page free preview there. You can also find all of my social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram over there as well, and my YouTube stuff. So I do a number of different YouTube things. I have a show on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. called Take a Break with Luke and Dutton, where we highlight a special project that's in the indie community, and then we just talk about some basic comics nonsense for about 45 minutes to an hour. Have a good time with that. So you can also follow us on our on my YouTube channel there. Just go to Luke Stone Studios with the S at the end.com.
I'm sitting there. It was funny. I didn't expect Luke tonight, so I seen this. I heard it pop, and I thought, oh, it's Mark, and then it's Luke. I'm like, wait a minute, how did he get here? Then I remembered everyone else has passwords to this account now. So
I don't have any passwords.
No, you don't have passwords.
Send me a link.
Yeah, it was that Randy or that Dreaded Dinosaur, maybe even Lola. I don't know. It's okay.
It wasn't me.
No problem, sir. There's no problem with you being here.
I knew Luke wanted to come on and promote his campaign.
Yeah, I had no idea. I was like, oh, it was a pleasant surprise because we normally Luke is one of the judges on Pitches Be Crazy.
And pitches do be crazy.
Yeah. Which he's having a lot of fun with every Saturday at 2 o'clock or 2:30 around that time on Indie Vote. He right on here on Indie Vote Live. Indie Vote. Well,
you should explain what that program is.
Well, Pitches Be Crazy is we have 3 judges. Usually Jody McPhee, Lisa Malone, and Luke Stone. And we get 2 people who have active campaigns, and they crowdfunding campaigns, and they come on and they have to pitch their book. But there's a twist. They pitch their book, and they are given a theme to pitch it with. So they may have to pitch their book as a rap. They may have to pitch their book as Tony Montana, or as one of the other ones we did. Pitch your book is Macho Man Randy Savage. And we had some really good attempts by these creators. It's a lot of fun. And when the winning creator, Indie Vote, backs their campaign up to $50. So there's
Nice.
Yeah.
Mark was on this last Saturday and he killed it. It was absolutely hilarious.
Yeah. It's meant to be a funny show. No high stress. We're not, we're not there to make fun of you. It's just a lot of fun. And we had people who did not win getting their campaigns back while they're on the show. So everybody wins. Real fun show. Love doing it. Hosted by a friend of mine named Brandon Cleckley, who's the host, because I wasn't going to host it. That was for sure. But it's funny because people think Brandon's me. I'm like, that's really racist, guys. It's really racist. So
nobody
Every
recognizes
time.
you without your hat. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Every time, same excuse. Always,
Yeah.
always. This guy.
Racism! Racism! if you want to see the origin of that, that started to happen on JD's show. Apparently, when I yell racism, I get my way. Everybody stops and they give me my way. It's great. Dustin, where can people reach out to you, sir?
Yeah, I'm pretty much exclusively on Facebook. I'm not hard to find at Dustin Staub or at Rabid Rhino Comics.
Nice.
And that's Dustin Staub, STAAB.
Yes, sir.
For our radio audience. Yep.
Miss Indie Princess.
Then this week you can find me everywhere. But if you want to talk to me, go to Linktree Indie_Princess, and you can find all my social media links there, including a link to Lore, which is not funding on Indiegogo. But if you want to watch me on a stream, tomorrow is a Geekgasm at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then on Thursday, I'll be on Critical Blast at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then on Friday, I'll be on with show with Mandy Summers at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And on Sunday, I'm doing my show Backer Shots at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
It all started with a full podcast schedule.
Yeah, this week is crazy for me.
That's good, though. Got to get out there.
Mm-hmm.
And Randy, you want to go first or me?
I can go first.
Good.
Just want to tell everybody I'm available on Facebook. You can go over there and talk to me under Randy Zimmerman. You can find me as Randy Zim over on the Twitter. I'm not there very often, but when I am, you can find me as Randy Zim. That's Zimm. Over on Facebook, you can find a Arrow Comics 4.0 page that we keep putting more artwork up as more becomes available. That's where we're going to make our announcements first for upcoming products. We've only announced a small portion, about half of what we're actually going to be doing. I can't wait for you to see the rest of it. It's going to be incredible. There's also a YouTube channel for Arrow Comics 4.0 where we're putting up our videos. There'll be new content up there shortly, hopefully. Plus, we have the over on Indiegogo, we have the Indie Revolt sequential art collection still available there for the next 17 days. Once that's done, the campaign closes. Then we are going to go to press as fast as we can get the print file together and get it over there. It's at least 130 pages. Hopefully by the time we close the campaign, it'll be close to 150 of black and white short stories. A lot of great and fun stuff there. Then you're going to be able to find Varian and myself here Thursday morning on the Breakfast Buzz at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we talk about comics and try to wake up early on Thursday. That's 9 a.m. on Thursday. Then 9 a.m. on Sunday, I do a show called the Sunday Funnies, also here on the Indie Volt Radio Network, where we kind of try to put the fun back in funny books and talk about the more lighthearted and whimsical side of comics. Sometimes the conversation goes pretty wild, but you never know. We try to keep it fun and light over there. And then again, we'll be back here, all of us, on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. for the Livewire program.
And of course, we got the Indie Volt Comic Book Awards gonna be happening September 18th. We mentioned it earlier. I'll play the commercial for it. It's a very quick commercial. Hang tight, everybody. I got it.
Right.
I got it all.
You got it all.
That'll be coming to September 18th. Also, you will be tickets available if you want to come in and check out the event and be a part of it. We're feeding everybody. They're all getting fed.
Is it going to be better than the Oscars?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. We allow swearing on stage. It's gonna be awesome. Also, Lola told me, listen, you got to make some money. So today she launched the Indie Vote Patron. Believe it or not, Indie Vote has a Patreon. Patreon, yeah.
Before you get into that, Mark wanted to say one thing.
Oh, what do you want to say, Mark? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. So also, if you go get the book and donate to the Hero Initiative, James Winslow Smith, you can contact him on Facebook. Just show him that you got it. He will do you a free drawing. Let me get that in there. He is giving away free drawings and sending these to your house. So, I mean, that's high quality stuff, and he's just doing it out of the goodness of his heart. So, I mean, get the book, get a great drawing by this awesome guy, and donate a little extra because he's really putting a lot in. I'm touched by how much he's putting in. He's been giving away incredible drawings. He's done like 20 of the Max already because people keep wanting the Max because he's doing great. So,
yeah, that's Image Grand Design. Where's that available at?
Oh, wasn't that link up there? Sorry.
Yeah, I put it up already.
Okay, CosmicLionProductions.com.
Yep,
CosmicLionProductions.com.
Yep, and I'll make sure it's linked in the chat as well.
Cool. Yeah.
Not everybody in our radio audience can read the chat.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
I'll make sure that I put it in the video too, so they can the video description, so they can go check it out.
Speaking of our radio audience, what's our number?
99,200. Yeah,
close.
Yeah,
more to go.
Screw that. They're never getting me Lucky Charms.
800 more.
I gotta tell more people.
They want my money. Yeah, Indie Vote has a Patreon. There it is, right there.
Oh,
Indie Vote Patreon. So a little bit different. We stole some of these ideas. What we're gonna be doing is for the tiers, if you back at $5, support Indie Vote, you're gonna get an exclusive Indie Vote trading card every month with some independent character on it for all this Indie Vote branding and everything. This is all Lola's doing. It has nothing to do with it. But she's got artists who've talked to her and said, "Yeah, I'll do some art for it. I don't mind." So you can back $5. If you back at $2, I mean not $2, $10, you're gonna get that card plus a secondary cosplay card with Vicky Vote dressed as an independent comic book character as well. And then there's stickers and there's something else, a little gift. That's for $10 a month. So check that out in patreon.com/IndieVolt. You can search Indie Vote on Patreon. We appreciate it. Means that I don't have to spend so much money to put this whole thing together every month. And you get something cool out of it. I just didn't want you just to support us for nothing. I wanted to give something, back if you do. So those trading cards will hopefully, and they're limited too. So once they're out, if we have some sets, she may make them available. But right now, when they're done, they're done.
And if you've listened to the podcast the last couple of years, you know that we're not monetized. We're not. We don't have 1,000 backers over at YouTube yet, and we don't really have to. Well, it keeps us from having to worry about our content, but we also don't get super chats or the ability to do so. So this is a way for folks to show some appreciation for Indie Vote on a regular basis and to help ease these expenses for streaming. Because you just heard the number, we're going to top that 100K mark anytime now. And once that happens, Varian has to pay more for streaming. And we make it sound like a joke, and we love to hear him suffer, but it is an added expense. So,
and the radio is a huge expense, also.
Yeah,
and the radio's been out for what, 3 years now?
2
years. Yeah. Same amount of time that we've been podcasting. So So please, if you can, join that Patreon, and those trading cards will be awesome.
If you want to send in your question for us to laugh at you, IndieVote Live at IndieVote.com. Include IndieVote Live in the subject. And
try not to laugh.
Yeah, we'll ridicule their questions. Keep us emails 90 words or less, and we'll answer them on air. If you want to join that really large radio listenership we just talked about, you can do that by downloading the IndieVote Radio app on Google Play, or if you're an iPhone user, check it out on Streamer or TuneIn apps. You can type in IndieVote Radio. You can also ask Alexa to play it for you as well, and she will. So IndieVote, and you can check it out also on IndieVote.com. It's there as well. IndieVote.com. Go to the website, scroll down the main page there to the music section. You can actually listen in live there as well. And then, if radio is not your thing, Indie Vote TV on Roku. It's our streaming network. It's independent movies, some wrestling, independent wrestling, some long form videos like this one. But when YouTube says you can't say that on our platform, we say screw you, and we take it over to our Roku station where they have no power here. And we put it up anyway. It has been an absolute joy and a privilege to be here with you tonight. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. We appreciate you watching. Leaving out of here with 99,422. So close. Yeah, very, very close.
A little over 500. Short.
Yeah. But we're out of here. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you next week. Lolo, see you tomorrow night at 9. Me and Randy be back 9 a.m. Thursday morning.
Yep.
And we'll be back here on Indie Vote Livewire next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Until then, try to leave this industry a better place than you found it today.
Please.
Please. For the love of God. Please. What I got to do.
Good night.
Thank you, everybody. Stay healthy.
See you guys later.
Good night.
See ya.
Good night.
Yay! Think about what you've accomplished.
How can he close me up? On what ground?
I'm shocked to find that gambling is going on in here.